You may recognize Quince from their $50 cashmere sweater. I actually reviewed that sweater on my channel about a year ago, but what you may not know is Quince has actually branched out quite a bit of their offerings to not only all different types of clothing items, but also home goods and linens and sheets. And a few months ago, Quince reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to review some of their sheets and share my honest review with all of you. That is what I will be doing in today's video. I tried out 2 different types of their sheets and I've been sleeping on each of them for a few weeks each. And I'm gonna be honest, I do have some little complaints about these sheets. So if you want to know what those are and as well as what I do like about them, let's get into it. Okay, so we have the first set that I'm gonna try here. I'm gonna be honest, first impressions, a little bit of a mixed bag. Okay, so the overall packaging that came in the mail, a little bit underwhelming. It's not like a branded Quince package. This is just like, I don't know, just kind of very standard. I don't know if this is like a drop shipping situation or something. I don't know. It could just be because this is like a review situation. So maybe I don't get like the normal packaging, whatever. I opened it up and I do really like how these are packaged in here. So basically like the sheets come in this little bag. So this is really cute. I feel like if you were giving this as a gift or something, this would be pretty easy to like wrap or even give like just this and like put a little bow around it. I think that could be cute. It does have like a branded name here. However, it does have kind of an unpleasant odor, to be honest. Like, I don't really know what, like it kind of smells like paint or something, like kind of like a weird like chemical type of scent. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash these before I use them. So hopefully that will kind of get rid of that, but let's open up this bag. Oh, here we go. Now let's talk about the thread count of these Quince bamboo sheets. So the thread count is 300, but as far as I can tell, it seems like bamboo sheets are typically lower thread count than cotton, at least from like my initial research. So I did check out the thread count of the 2 competitors that Quince specifically lists on their like comparison page, which are Cozy Earth and Attitude. Attitude is more expensive and also has a 300 thread count. So that's the same. When it comes to Cozy Earth, they're a little bit more like, in terms of Cozy Earth, they're a little bit more like secretive about their thread count. Like it says in their FAQ a question about like, do you have high thread count? And they're like, yes, we do, but they won't actually say what it is. So I don't know. As far as I know, it's the same, but they do say that the thread count is equivalent to closer to like 1,000 or 1,500 for cotton, which is also what I saw for Attitude. So basically they're saying that thread count is not the most important thing, which, you know, may be the case, but I think is a good thing to look at as well. So as far as I can tell, the Quince sheets are pretty similar to the competitors in that respect. Another thing that I like about these Quince sheets is they do have the Oeko-Tex Standard 100 certification. If you're not familiar, Oeko-Tex is a third-party agency that is used pretty commonly in the textile industry as a way to certify that the textiles you're using do not have toxic chemicals. And the Standard 100 is a certification that you will often see, which basically what that certification is, it's a certification by Oeko-Tex that checks for 350 different types of toxic chemicals that can be sometimes found in textile manufacturing and in, you know, your finished fabrics. So what this particular standard means is it means that these sheets have been tested for 350 different types of toxic chemicals and found to be clear of them. It's obviously better safer than sorry when it comes to those type of chemicals. And just for reference, my Brooklinen sheets, which is what I'm using for my duvet cover, and I've done another review on Brooklinen, they also have that same standard. So definitely good to see that. It's now been 1 week since I've been sleeping in these bamboo sheets, and overall, there's a lot that I'm liking about them. Number one, this paint smell completely went away after I first washed them. Now they don't smell like anything, so that's great. I also think that they are pretty soft. I've had no problems with them being like itchy or uncomfortable. I do find them to be pretty soft on my skin, which I really like. Also, I'm liking that they're kind of like silky feeling without being too cold. That is one of the biggest reasons why I don't normally gravitate towards like silky feeling sheets. I don't like them feeling cold against my skin, which I do find can be the case with like satiny or silky silky sheets. And I think these are kind of like a good middle ground where they feel a little bit of that like silky kind of feeling without feeling really cool to the touch and cool against my skin. So I do really like that these feel a little bit silky without feeling cold. That being said, what I'm not liking about these is, firstly, they get super wrinkly. Like my top sheet, normally I don't use a top sheet and I just wash the duvet cover regularly, but I'm using a top sheet with this and a few times it got kind of like scrunched up and it is insanely wrinkly now. Like I feel like I need to wash it just to get the wrinkles out. Also, I feel like there's some small things about the sheets that make me feel like they're not like the highest quality, particularly with some of the stitching coming undone. So for example, on the pillowcase here, I feel like the finishing is like not the most neat thing I've ever seen. Like I feel like there are a few little stitches like sticking out. I feel like it's a little bit of a nitpicky thing, but just something I noticed. Now let's get these ones off the bed and see how the second set of sheets compares. Here we have the second set of sheets. I have just opened these, but I have not even like taken them out of the bag. So these are the linen sheets, I believe. Let's open up the plastic. Yeah. So they are in like a little cloth bag. Like the bag is made out of the sheet material. The smell again is like, they smell kind of funky. Like a little bit of like these ones are not as strong of a scent as the bamboo ones, but they don't smell that good. They smell like a little bit of like a chemical kind of scent. Just a small nitpicky thing, but the Quince like logo on this is crooked. Like it does look like it's kind of crooked on here. But again, just a nitpicky thing. Just trying to tell you like my honest experience and just kind of make note of anything that I'm noticing here. So let's get these out of here and wash these sheets. First impressions, I'm not gonna lie, these ones are not as soft as the bamboo ones. Linen in general, I feel like you have to kind of like wear it in, I feel like, to really make it feel soft. So it's not generally, from my experience, going to feel as soft like right out of the gate. But I'm gonna wash this and let's see what it looks like afterwards, okay? Now, Quince's whole branding is really all around saving you money on these core essential items in your home and in your wardrobe. And they claim to be a lower cost option versus their competitors and be a more direct consumer type of option that is supposed to save you money. And I will say, I think the prices of both of the sheet sets that I tried do reflect that and are both pretty reasonable, I would say, for what you're getting. So for the two sheet sets I tried, the linen is the more expensive one. That was $189.90 for the king size fitted sheet set. This does not include the duvet cover. And then the bamboo set that I tried was $119.90 if I were to buy it. So the bamboo one is really quite a bit less expensive than the linen. Now compare that to my Brooklinen sheets, which I did a review, I think, a year or two ago. Now, if we compare the to Brooklinen, which is the most recent set of sheets that I have reviewed on this channel, the sheet set for the king sheet set that I have, which is the Luxe Sateen one, was $195, which was on sale compared to normally $229. So Brooklinen is definitely more expensive, and the bamboo set I tried is about half the price of Brooklinen. So that's some context on the pricing for you all. I do also have a referral link that will give you, I think, $25 off. So I'll put the latest details of that down in the description, but that will save you some additional money off that price as well. So the second set of linen sheets is out of the dryer. And well, it's still in the dryer, but they're ready to go and I'm about to make the bed. First impressions, these have an insane amount of lint. Like my lint trap, I don't think I've ever seen it fill up so much from one load. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I'm guessing it's like not great, but I don't know. Let's make the bed and see what it's like actually trying them out. So it's the next morning and last night was my first night sleeping on these linen sheets from Quince, and I'm gonna be honest, I did not like them. I found the texture just way too coarse and just uncomfortable. When I woke up, I felt like I felt the urge to like moisturize my entire body because I felt like my skin was just getting like really scratched up from the linen. I have kind of mixed feelings because I'm not a stranger to linen sheets. I went like probably 2 years with only using linen sheets. I actually made a review of some other linen sheets I used to use like a few years ago, and I do generally like linen sheets, but these were just so coarse. It was just like not a pleasant experience. But I do want to give them the benefit of the doubt because looking at the reviews for these sheets, it seems like a lot of people really like them, and even my husband liked them, which was kind of surprising because he used to always hate our old linen sheets, but these, he said he liked them. Anyway, I'm gonna try washing them again and see if I can soften them up a little bit. I was reading some different like hacks online that you can like add baking soda to your laundry, and like there's other tricks to kind of like speed up the softening process. So I'm gonna try that. Hopefully it will help, but I'll keep you posted. It has now been 1 week since I last talked to you, and I'm happy to report with some continued washing, these sheets have definitely softened up, and I do think they are quite a bit softer than when I initially tried them out. At this point, I've washed them, I believe 4 times since I first got them in the mail, and I've also washed them twice with baking soda, and basically I just read online that if you wash linen with baking soda, then putting half a cup in with the laundry, that it does kind of like expedite the softening process. At least from what I can tell, they do seem to be softer than when I first tried them out, which is great because that first time I slept with these sheets, it was just not a pleasant experience. I feel like it was just way too rough on my skin. Now I do find them, I would say, moderately comfortable. It's definitely not like bothering me when I'm sleeping. The texture of them, I'm gonna be honest, I still don't find them like my favorite sheets. I definitely prefer something with a little bit more of a softer texture. I don't know if it's the winter or what, but I think especially when my skin starts getting dry in the winter, having anything that's like a rough texture rubbing against my skin, I just find like not pleasant. So personally, these are not my favorite sheets. I definitely prefer the bamboo ones from Quince over the linen, and I will for sure be putting the bamboo ones right back on my bed as soon as I'm ready to change my sheets out again. So that would be my recommendation if you are deciding to try some of Quince's sheets, especially because they are less expensive anyway. So I feel like, you know, it's a win-win to go with the bamboo. That being said, let me know if you have any other questions or comments. Let me know down below. And again, I do have that discount code, so I will put that down in the description box as well. And thanks for watching. Until next time, bye.